Continuing coverage of an issue we told you about yesterday. More than a dozen tenants at a Tyler apartment complex are facing eviction. Those renters say they didn't do anything wrong. Tenants at the residences at Earl Campbell told us a leasing agent offered half off their rent if they paid through an app. But after taking up that offer, renters were hit with a double rent payment and a notice they never paid.
We can't just get up and move in 3 days. I'm here on my own. I don't have no family, nothing. It's just me and my 2 kids. So I can't just get up and just leave and go anywhere.
We have reached out to the corporate office and leasing office at the complex, but they are not commenting at this time.
So what are your rights as a tenant? Our Nerali Jaiswal is joining us now with some advice from legal experts. Nerali.
Yes, Mara and Brennan, when I spoke to those residents today, they said the leasing office of that apartment complex has still not communicated with them. However, I spoke to an attorney who says the tenants seem to be the victims here. The eviction process, according to the Texas state law, has 5 steps. Right now, tenants at the residencies at Earl Campbell Apartments are at step 1, a written notice to vacate in at least a 3 days notice.
But a notice of eviction is required before you go to court.
According to this eviction notice, the tenants violated their lease by committing fraud or theft. However, attorney Steve Mason says that may not be the case.
Based on the facts that I know, it doesn't appear to me that the residents were a part of the criminal conduct or the improper conduct, but they appear to be the victims.
The residents report the leasing agent committed fraud by taking rent payments.
The notice that I saw doesn't relate to the non-payment of rent, so this is a very unusual situation here that we don't see very often, where there's some kind of allegation of fraud against their own agent.
According to renters, the violation they are accused of is not spelled out in their leasing agreement, and if that is the case,
it may very well not be a proper ground for eviction.
Once the eviction suit is filed, a court hearing will take place 10 days later. Until then, renters can go on this website and file a consumer complaint. And Mason says the big question here is,
why does the company believe that the residents themselves committed some kind of fraud or improper conduct which would breach the lease?
According to legal professionals, the only way to fight this is for those renters to go to court, bring all their evidence, and tell their truth. We'll continue to keep you updated on this case. For more information, you can visit our website at cbs19.tv. Back to you.